Hello, everyone. Today I will be discussing the initiative and referendum process in Arizona, which are essential components of direct democracy in the state. These processes give citizens the power to influence laws and governance in a direct fashion. So I want us to take a closer look at what initiatives and referendums are, how they work, and how they align with Arizona's commitment to democracy. First, let's talk about the initiative. The initiative is a process that allows citizens in Arizona to propose new laws or amend the state constitution. This means that if the legislature isn't addressing a particular issue, citizens can step in and create the change. There are two types of initiatives. There is a statutory initiative, which proposes a new law, and then there is a constitutional initiative, which amends the state constitution. And then on the other hand, we have referendums. So what is a referendum? The referendum process allows citizens to challenge or approve laws passed by the Arizona legislature. If a law is passed by the legislature and citizens don't agree with it, they can gather signatures to put that law on the ballot for a public vote. Essentially, it allows voters to approve or to reject laws that are already made by lawmakers. Now, I want us to take a look at how initiatives and referendums are created. For an initiative, the process starts when a group of citizens or organizations draft a proposed law or constitutional amendment. Once the proposal is written, they need to collect signatures from voters to qualify it for the ballot. For a statutory initiative, this requires 5% of the voters in the last gubernatorial election. For a constitutional initiative, it's 10%. Once enough signatures are gathered and verified, the proposal is placed on the ballot for voters to decide. For a referendum, the process is slightly different. Citizens can challenge laws that have been passed by the legislature by gathering signatures, just like with the initiative. The referendum requires 5% of voter signatures to qualify, and if enough signatures are collected, the law in question is placed on the ballot for a public vote. Now, while both initiatives and referendums are tools that allow citizens to influence the law, they are different in key ways. Number one, initiatives are used when citizens want to create new laws or amend the state constitution. Referendums, however, are used to approve or reject laws that have already been passed by the legislature. So what am I saying? So an initiative involves proposing something new, while a referendum is more about challenging or confirming something that has already been decided. I want us to look at some pros and cons of these processes. For initiatives, the pros are clear. They allow citizens to direct action when the legislature is not addressing an issue. Initiatives can bring attention to important reforms that might otherwise be ignored. They also allow for a direct form of participation, bypassing legislative gridlock. However, there are some cons to initiatives. For one, initiatives can sometimes be confusing to voters, especially if they involve complex language. There's also the risk that wealthy special interest groups can fund initiatives, potentially skewing the process. Additionally, because initiatives can propose sweeping changes, they might lead to unintended consequences. On the other hand, referendums provide a check on legislative power, ensuring that lawmakers' decisions are held accountable to the people. They allow citizens to reject laws they disagree with, making sure that the government stays responsive to the will of the people. But like initiatives, referendums also have drawbacks. They can delay the implementation of important laws, and much like initiatives, they can be influenced by money and special interest groups, making the process less democratic in some cases. So how do initiatives and referendums support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution? I'm glad you asked. Direct democracy means that the people have the ultimate authority in governance. and Arizona's initiative and referendum processes are prime examples of this principle in action. These processes allow citizens to directly influence laws and policies, bypassing traditional legislative channels. By giving people the power to propose new laws or to reject laws that they disagree with. These tools ensure that the government actions reflect the desires and the will of the people. Arizona's Constitution explicitly envisions a government that is accountable to the people, and initiatives and referendums are key to realizing that vision. They ensure that power isn't just concentrated in the hands of elected officials, but remains with the people where it truly belongs. To sum it up, initiatives and referendums are powerful tools in the Arizona system of direct democracy. They give citizens the ability to create, challenge, and amend laws, assuring that the government stays responsive to the will of the people. While they have their pros and cons, these processes are crucial in upholding the principles of democracy and ensuring that citizens have a voice in their government. Thank you for listening, and I hope you now have a clearer understanding of how initiatives and referendums work in Arizona.